Hello. I've long, since I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, a film lover. Long been a film lover. I was a professional actor for 5 years, and I've been working on the same novel for well over 3 years. I love stories. I'm a storyteller. But just a minute ago, when I was having my late lunch and rewatching Season 8, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones, I had this horrible feeling. Not a horrible feeling, but not a good one. And then I thought about Avengers Endgame, which I haven't seen yet, and I'm watching tonight. But I had this horrible feeling about Game of Thrones and Avengers and lots of other stories in today's day and age. And before I go into that, I'll quickly say this. I love film, as I've said before, and I actually love every single genre. I mean, rom-coms, musicals, thrillers, everything. Every genre there is. But there's one that I don't really like. And that's tragedies. Even though I love Romeo and Juliet, I don't really like the fact it ends in a tragedy. Okay, yes. Life is tragic at times. But it passes. And yes, all of us die at some point, but I died 8 weeks ago today, almost, around 11 o'clock or midnight. 11 o'clock, I'd say, at night. And I have an experience that I remember from when I died, and it was unbelievably awesome and full of love and positivity, benevolence and hope. And I already believed that before, so maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. I'm not wrong. And tragedies are bollocks. So I just want to tell you that, because my gut has always told me they're bollocks. And I've always wondered, why don't I like tragedies? Why do I avoid films and TV shows and theatre plays and books that are meant to be tragic or just really make you sad? Because I haven't got time for it. Sometimes beautiful things and stories make me cry. That recent film, A Quiet Place, with that kind of horror with the monsters who turn up if they just hear a slight bit of noise. The sacrifice scene in that brought me to tears. But not because it was tragic, even though that is a tragic element of the story, but it was also triumphant. If you've seen it, it was more triumphant than tragic, and it was absolutely deliberate, and love still overcame, and at the end it certainly didn't end as a tragedy, because tragedies are bollocks. They're bullshit. They're not true. So I should say this in advance. I don't know how Game of Thrones ends, and I haven't seen an Endgame yet, Avengers. But if either of them or both end in a tragic, the bad guy's lost, I just want to say it's bollocks. We all die one day, but that doesn't mean the end is a tragedy. Things carry on. I know it does. I know it does. Maybe I'm a woo-woo hippie crazy person, but I don't think I am. I believe deeply that I've got connection. And I used to think people like how I seem right now are dicks, and I am a bit of a dick. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. So I just wanted to say that. That's why I don't like tragedies, because they're codswallop. And I don't like this growing trend of great storytellers telling lies, because I believe the core of true storytelling is to tell the truth. It's sacrilege to lie, or to be negative, or to put your hands up and surrender to tragedy, because life can be tragic, and yes, we all die, but that doesn't mean that's it. It's that whole thing where people always say, well, you only live once. How the fuck do you know? How do you know? I don't know if it's the opposite, but I don't know at all. So placing all of your chips on the tragic, on the positive, the negative, is just it's foolish. And my gut has never been wrong, and my gut tells me that life is not a tragedy. There are many tragic elements, and yes, my own life and others may end tragically, but that doesn't mean that's the end. I'm defiant. I'm not giving in to negativity. I know it's bullshit. So this is my very surprisingly energetic post-lunch. Literally, I just ate lunch and I was watching Game of Thrones and it occurred to me I had to make another video. Much love. Life is not a tragedy. Keep up the fight. You can do this. Bye.